Hello guys, what's going on? Jay here from Target eCommerce company. So what this video is all about? In this video series, we will be making QuickBooks Online tutorials and tips. Did you ever find yourself having messy books or no books at all? And you saw QuickBooks Online, but you don't know how to use it? Or you're not sure if it's a good fit for your business? In this video, we will be discussing QuickBooks Online, what it is all about, how to use it, and if it's a great fit for your business. But before that, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to get notified whenever we upload new videos. Okay, so after the QuickBooks Online dashboard, we will now be discussing the next part, which are bank transaction. Okay, so when you are doing your books or when you are looking at your QuickBooks Online, after going to your dashboard, mostly you will go here on the bank transaction. So you will review transactions here, the income, expense, the bank transfers, the credit card payments. So right here on the banking tab, you can call this banking tab or bank transactions. You have here your bank accounts, the checking, the savings, the credit cards, and if you have a PayPal, you can link it here. But PayPal really is only advisable to be linked if it only has one currency like USD currency, because PayPal doesn't sync multiple currencies correctly. So if you have multiple currencies on your PayPal, you will have problems if you link it here. Yeah, because the transactions for the multiple currencies will be combined into one, and that's not appropriate, or you cannot record them correctly. So for example, here we go on checking account, and what we usually do here, if you want, is sort it by, either you sort it by date, so you will be able to book the transactions on a chronological pattern, and maybe it's easier on your mind to remember. Okay, so aside from that, if there's a lot of transactions, it's also great to sort it by description, because if you sort it by description, things that looks alike will be grouped together and it's easier to categorize them. There's a lot of, for example, these 3 books by Bessie, they are grouped together. So what is books by Bessie anyway? I'm not sure. Is it a bookkeeping service, keeping company? I see there's a bill payment here, books by Bessie, and the date is the same, so we just need to match it. I think this is correct. If you want to be sure, then we need to go here on the vendors tab. I made shortcuts here, but you can go here on expenses and vendors and open it on the next tab, just like that. So here on the vendor section, click books by Bessie. So books by Bessie is bookkeeper, or accounting services. So category here is bookkeeper and account. So I think this is correct. We have a bill payment on April 28. We can just match it here since it's already in QuickBooks Online. Okay, and so there's a check payment on March 20. As we can see here, there's no bill for this, so we can just match it. And another one, there is no related transaction inside, so 55 is the amount, and I think that is the same with this one. So 55 is the cost for the bookkeeper. Okay, click add. Okay, a rental. I'm not sure what is A1 rental. We can search it on Google to have an idea. A1 rental. I don't know if that's really an existing vendor name, but it could be a rental expense. Let's just put here A1 rent. Add as a new vendor. So one of the things that I highly recommend is you always create the proper vendor name for each transaction. You will think yours. It will be very useful later on because it organizes your expenses here on the vendor management. Yeah, so please use that. So let's put here rent or lease. Okay, and click. So that's the categorization of your expenses and matching things for entries that are already inside QuickBooks Online. And how about your deposit or your income? So you can sort here, receive column, the amounts that are related to your. So I can see here that there is already a deposit inside that is matching with this one, and if you want to review, you can just click here and it will open the deposit. Does it look good? Is it correct? Okay, so I think this is fine. So this deposit is linked to this payment, and so we just need to match it here. Okay, how about this one? This one is not linked to any deposit, and it says A1 rental deposit return. So it seems like A1 rental is equipment rental, and I'm not sure again, what is a backhoe? Oh, okay, so this is a heavy equipment. So we need to change A1 rental to equipment rental to be more specific, because rent or lease usually are office space rent. So if it is for equipment, better be specific. So let's put equipment rent. Okay. So in a deposit that is not an income but a refund from your vendors or a refund of an expense, it should be categorized the same with the category of the expense. You should not categorize it as an income. Okay, so one of the common mistakes that I see a lot is when there's a refund for an expense, it is being put as an income. It's not an income, it's a refund of your expenses. So let's put equipment rental. Okay, and click now I hope that I just hope that QuickBooks Online later on will put the deposits here that are refunds for the vendors, because right now still QuickBooks Online will not put it here. It doesn't show. So the vendor management only shows expenses, doesn't show any deposit. Even if the deposit is a refund of the expense, it doesn't show it. Hope that maybe QuickBooks Online could do that later. So you will see here expenses, the refunds for the expense. Yeah, that would be great. Okay, so all of the income here has related transactions inside. This one is a sales receipt and we just need them. So once you have categorized your transactions in the banking feeds, maybe you will want to look at your credit card payments. So credit card payments usually appear as a match to the checking account. There's no credit card payment. If you saw an amount here on the receipt column for credit card, usually that's a credit card payment and you can match it on checking account. Checking account should have a payment going to your credit. If you need to update your banking feeds, click update here. And if you need to link a new account, click link account. And you need to log into your bank accounts here. Choose the bank account or choose the name of your bank and put your login and connect to authorize QuickBooks Online to download the transaction. And if your bank account is not synchronizing to QuickBooks Online, you can upload from the bank statements using this option. So there's a required format. It's a CSV or a .qbo, so you can upload it to QuickBooks Online. Okay, so once you have reviewed and categorized all transactions will go here on the Categorize tab or Categorize column. And if you want to review it again, change something, you can just click it here and it will open the transaction. And then you can undo transactions if you want to put them back to the For Review tab. And usually if you have uploaded transactions and there are duplicates, you need to exclude them. The excluded transactions will appear here. Let me show you how to exclude transactions. So for example, if this transaction is a duplicate, we need to exclude it and it will appear here on the excluded column or excluded tab. Okay. So transactions that are not valid, put them here on excluded tab. And if you want to go to your bank register, you click here and you will see the transactions organized and inside QuickBooks. Okay, so I usually put this as show in one line and paper ledger mode. That's just kind of easier for me to look than the default one. So let's go back to bank transactions. And here on the banking transactions window, there are a lot of other options like app transaction. So if you connect applications here to Amazon, eBay, Shopify, Square, then they will pull the transactions into your QuickBooks Online. But for e-commerce sellers, I really don't recommend that because, synchronizing your transactions order by order into QuickBooks Online is not good because there's a lot of things happening in the e-commerce sales channel and it will be hard to reconcile in your QuickBooks Online. So instead of using these apps, better use one application. It is called A2X. A2X works great for e-commerce seller. Okay, so I will show you in a bit. This is the most recommended application that we are using for e-commerce accounting. So instead of connecting these applications on QuickBooks Online, you use A2X, and A2X works for Amazon, Shopify, Etsy, Walmart, eBay, and BigCommerce. And A2X is very reliable and syncs things very fast, and it syncs the transactions per settlement and per payout, so it's really just a few entries every month and doesn't put too much data in QuickBooks. And we have tested it again and again, and it's very accurate. Okay, you can reconcile the A2X reports or the A2X amounts in QuickBooks Online with the Amazon reports, Shopify reports, Etsy reports, etc. Okay, so after that there is receipt tab, and you can upload your receipts here right from the computer, from Google Drive, or by email, and those receipts will appear here and you can review them and they will be here on reviewed tab. So it's a nice feature in QuickBooks Online, but I just hope it will become more powerful or more feature rich, because right now I feel that the feature of receipt management in QuickBooks Online is still limited and needs more and more improvement in the long run. Okay, reconcile. So here on reconcile, after you have done your transactions, categorize everything, then at the end of the month, you get your balance statement and you can reconcile the balances. Put the ending balance from the bank and put the ending date and reconcile. Okay, bank rules for transactions that are repetitive and they have the same category, you can use bank rules. For example, A1 rental is always equipment rental, so we can create a rule for this one and let's name it usually by the name of the vendor. So A1 rental, if this vendor is always the same in category, then you can auto add, although I don't recommend using auto add every time because auto add can easily make duplicates, mess up your books, especially if you are uploading transactions manually in QuickBooks Online. But if everything is fine, then you can use auto add. Okay, and all transactions that looks like this will be automatically categorized, and you can double check that here. So now it is here. Okay, that works. So after rules, we have here chart of accounts, and chart of accounts is a technical one. So if you need help setting up your chart of accounts, which kind of works best for your business, then you definitely need an advised bookkeeper or an accountant. So your chart of accounts will be optimal for your business use. But in the beginning, you can use the chart of accounts if you are able to create the expenses related to your business. Example, office expenses, contractor expense, the more common one. And then after you categorize your transactions, then maybe you can ask a bookkeeper or an accountant to look at it and then recommend the best optimization, best setup. You can set up your chart of accounts in the beginning, but a lot of them may not be used or may not be appropriate for your transaction. So yeah, chart of accounts optimization doesn't take one time. So you need to optimize it from time to time. So only accounts that are relevant for your business are here, should be. So recurring transactions are transactions that repeats, maybe weekly or monthly. You can schedule it at a specific day, or maybe you can just manually create it every. You don't make it automatically created. So here on recurring bill, you can put the day of the month that you want it created, and if it's created every month or every 2 months, things like that. Yeah, you can put start date and end date. That's a nice feature of QuickBooks Online. So if you have things that are subscription based, you can repeat every month, or utilities, you can make utilities here that are coming every month. Yeah. Okay, so we're done with bank transactions window and all the other things here on the other tabs. So usually after the bank transactions, you will want to go to your sales. Okay, and that's it for our QuickBooks Online demonstration. So if you have questions about using QuickBooks Online or something you're not sure of, you can comment down below and I will do my best to answer them. If you have something that you want to get discussed on the next video, you can also comment down below and we will consider including it on our next video series. And again, Jay here from Green Target eCommerce Accounting. Hit like and subscribe so you can get notified whenever we upload new videos in our channel.